Australia has approved Adani Group's controversial Carmichael coal project despite steady resistance from environmental groups. Queensland State approved the mine's groundwater management plan. And Bloomberg News' James Thornhill now joins us with more details on the story. James, thanks so much for joining in. Is this an all clear for Adani's project, or are there more hurdles on the way?
Well, good evening here from Sydney. Well, what this basically means is approval means that Adani can start construction of the mine. There are still more approvals that it needs to go through on a sort of staged basis during that construction process and in the run-up to when it can actually start producing and bringing the coal up from the surface. It's not the end of the long-running saga. It's well documented. This has been a huge environmental hot potato over here, and that's likely to continue. We're going to get more environmental protests. We're going to get more legal challenges. Just yesterday, one of the environmental groups won a battle in court on a corollary plan of Adani's to build a water pipeline linked to the mine. That's got to go back to consultation now. So, it's good news for Adani in the sense that they can actually finally start work on this project, which has been in the making since 2010. So it's been 9 years, and they can finally start digging, so to speak. But yeah, by no means the end of this long-running saga.
James, very quickly, how does this clearance then sit along with the environmental concerns? You've seen quite a bit of backlash on that one, haven't we?
Yes, we have indeed, and predictably, the environmental groups have come out in the wake of this decision today and been pretty scathing in their response. Their argument is, why would you build a new mine? And in fact, it's not just the building a new mine. This new mine essentially opens up a whole new region to mining. There's no mines there at the moment. This is pristine outback we're talking about. So their argument is, why would you open up a new coal mining region when the world is moving on from coal? And it's simply not consistent with the Paris target of reducing, of keeping temperatures warming to 2 degrees Celsius out to, over the long term. It's just not consistent with that. That's their argument. And I think what you might find is that their protests become increasingly hardline now that all the approvals have been in place. We've sort of been waiting for this approval today. Now the ball is really in their court in terms of, where do they take this protest next? It's sort of concerning, what might happen. It's already, feelings of running very hot on this topic. And in fact, it's become a sort of emblem for the entire climate protest movement in Australia.
James Thornhill, many thanks indeed for joining us with those details.